All right, Don, welcome in. Ryan Trengrove here, Class A Pro. I'm recording. Good to have you, buddy. Looking forward to work together. All right, let's see what we got here. So first of all, let's see. Arms are in the triangle position. This is good. You have the club preset forward quite a bit here. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So if you look at Tiger Woods front view with an iron, let's see, like this one here. So at the setup, do you see how your club handle is way in front of the head? So you're supposed to have it pretty vertical to start with, maybe just a little in front, actually, like just like barely, So like most of the time it should look like this at the setup. You're kind of you're setting it with a shaft lean, which is good for punch shots under trees. Like if you're trying to hit it low, that's a good thing to do. So I would say that we should try to, make sure that you set up with your club more vertical because that's quite a shaft lean that you have going there. Now let's take a look and see what's going on with the grip and put some V's to the grip here. So left hand looks great. Good job there. The right hand's looking pretty good too. So yeah, so grip's looking good. Nice job. Very good. Very good. I like it. Now let's see here. So your ball position. Where should the ball be? Do you remember? Where should it be? Where? Not with a 7-iron, no. Where should it be? Just left of center. Are you with me? So I'll send you this picture, but look, see the short irons up to an 8-iron are in the center of your stance. But the mid-length irons, 5, 6, and 7, should be one ball placement over. Do you see that? You're playing it back in your stance. You've got it closer to your right foot than your left foot. Do you see that? Okay. So let me send that to you, my friend. 1 second here. And like I tell all my students, it's process of elimination until what we're left with is a fundamentally sound swing. You know what I mean? So basically, we're just trying to eliminate variables, right? And as time goes on, that makes your misses much better. Okay, so we've got the ball too far back. We've got the handle too far forward. Stance with is good. Foot position looks good also. The overall athletic position on the left looks good. Let's check your balance in your feet and see what we see here at the setup. Okay, so you're a little bit on your heels, just a little bit on the right heel, it looks like, more than the left. The left looks better. There's a lot of pressure there on the ball of the foot, which is good. But see how that right heel's down quite a bit? So remember, balls of feet, right? So that means light on your heels. So like you're on the O-line. You with me? You're going forward. You're not going backward. You with me on that? You don't want to be sitting on the heels because that kind of throws off the whole chain of events, if you will. So see how that right heel's down just a little bit. Okay. Now let's draw some body lines up here on the screen and let's see what's happening here. So here we go. And as usual, we just got to keep checking our lines and seeing what you're doing here. Oh yeah, and look at this. You also have 53% of the pressure in the right foot because you're on that heel. It's supposed to be 50 to 55% on the left foot at the setup. So if anything, we're on the balls of the feet and we're kind of a little bit onto the left foot. Are you with me on that? Okay. So let me go like this. Put a vertical line. And see, that's something that in the past we would have missed without these plates. The nice thing is now that we have the plates, we can get a true idea of what's happening, which is really cool. Yeah, it helps a lot. All right, now let's trace the club and see what you're doing here with your club. Here we go. Oh, yeah, great plane. You're going straight back and up the plane here. Really good job there going back. Okay, so the backswing plane is really good, but you're coming way over the top of this thing on the downswing here. Do you see this? Like the old saying, chopping wood, they say. Basically way over the top of it here. So we got to do some more practice on your plane, as it's called, okay? And then let me check out the backswing over here. Let's see what you're doing here. Just a moment. Okay. Oh, and then you're casting it on the way down. Do you see how so the ideal club head path should have gone in closer this way and around more that way coming down. You with me? But instead, at the top here, the club you're going outward with the club. And so then you're not getting what's called the proper crescent moon that you're supposed to get. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what's happening here at impact with the body position. You're supposed to have 80% of the pressure in your left foot, and you see how you're at 62%? So that means you're not doing what enough? Shifting the balance where? Exactly, to the left. Let's see where your balance was at the top. You should be around 50-50 at the top. Okay, so you're a little bit more to the right. So that means you're still swaying off the ball. Do you see the hip sway? Okay. And you can see you're putting too much pressure on that right foot slightly. Okay. So we need less pressure to the right in the backswing and then more pressure to the left in the downswing. Are you with me on that? Okay. Then let's see here as you come down. And let's look at what's happening with these other lines here. So let me see what's going on here. So you're supposed to be on balls of feet. And then let's see where you go to the top. Okay. So at the top of the swing, you're in that right heel. You're supposed to be on the right ball of foot. Okay. But that might be because you're starting in the heel. You with me? So let me just give you some insight into this. It's really interesting. This guy, Tom Watson, spent 50 years golfing. Unbelievable. And in that time, he figured out the proper pressure in the feet, which is pretty amazing considering he didn't have tools like we have today, But listen to this little video here about the balance in the feet.
Well, in review of the backswing, let's take a look at the sequencing of it again. Remember at the beginning when I said you keep the weight in the balls of your feet? Well, one of the things in the backswing is your weight does not leave the balls of your feet. You transition around with your hips like this. You keep the weight centered along the balls of your feet like this in your backswing. It's centered there like this. You don't want your center of gravity to be moving back and forth like this.
So you don't want to be going from toe to heel while you're hitting. You want to get locked in on the balls of your feet, and you're supposed to remain on the balls of your feet from setup to the top and in the downswing. Cool, huh? Yeah. Okay. And so what's happening here for you is so this little ball that moves around, see this little ball that moves? That indicates your center of pressure or center of gravity. And so your center of gravity moves a little bit toward this right side here. Do you see that? And toward the heel and outside the shoe. Do you see how you're outside your foot? And then coming down, as you come down, now you go onto the balls of your feet where you should have been the whole time. You with me? And so that's where your balance is going forward. And that's why on the left-hand picture, when you get to here, see how your butt comes off the back line? That's because now you're on the balls of your feet where you should have started. But because you're starting in your heels and then going to the balls of your feet, you understand? Then that's why you're losing that rear line over here. Do you see that? Okay. And then as we come through, let's see here, coming through, you're supposed to get 95% of your balance onto your left foot. And you're at 46%. Okay. So we're going to start doing some practice on where your balance should be in your body. And then we have to work on the plane on the downswing. Your backswing plane is actually better now, which is great. But you come over the top and you cast. So we have a lot of work to do on your downswing plane.